Hello and welcome class. Today we will be going to learn the basics of Dart programming. We will be tackling the basics on how we can quickly get started with the language and what are its differences compared with the other programming languages that you are already familiar with. So for our editors, we can use Replit, Visual Studio Code, or Dartpad. Replit and Dartpad are more suitable for mobile users, and for this lecture, I'll be using Replit on a virtual device so that the mobile users can catch up and at least know the workflow when working without a PC or laptop. Just create an account using GitHub in Replit so that you can create and save your Dart projects online. You can further customize your account later, for this will be used for your public profile. Click the New REPL button and select Dart as the language. You can also rename your Dart project. Please take note that these REPLs will appear on your profile. When you are done with the name, click the Create New REPL button below. Our first Dart application is a simple hello world as shown in this presentation. For a short background, Google published Dart way back from year 2011. It gained more popularity when Google published Flutter for developing multi-platform apps. This programming language was initiated by Lars Bak, a Danish programmer who is really good with JavaScript. Why Dart? Dart's syntax is very familiar with other object-oriented programming languages. It includes developer-friendly toolkits, like converting your Dart code to JavaScript directly, formatting it, and even automatically generate HTML API reference documentation from your Dart source code. Dart also allows the development of highly performant apps using the Flutter software development kit. Dart is also optimized for UI development, and if you're familiar with JavaScript or Java, it will be easy for you to quickly grasp the syntax of Dart. So, in this example, we have a simple function named printInteger and our main method that calls the function printInteger. This is our function name. And this is our function parameter. Notice that our parameter, a number, have an integer data type. The app will then print the result in our console. Also, take note how we combine variables in a string. This implementation includes the variable name appended with a $sign. Let us try in our mobile editor here and explore the possible implementations. I'll declare a variable whose value is 0. Let's print the result using a conventional approach and combining strings using a plus operator. Also note that I converted the integer to string to avoid data type compatibility error. Alright. Let's run our app and see the result. Next, we'll try a more shorter version. Note that both statements will yield the same results. Oops. Sorry about that. Let's try to check our code again and see what's wrong. Oh. Look. It's a misplaced semicolon. What a surprise. Yes. It's working now. As you can see, it is much easier to read if we write our code this way. The longer code did not fit in our mobile editor, the shorter one is better. Also be reminded class that the main method is important. It tells Dart where the app will start executing. Based on our example on the previous slide, we have our single line comment, our integer data type declaration, and our number literal. Alright. To continue, lem first erase these codes. Also note class that Dart supports different comment styles as well. Let us look on another example. As you can see here, the variables were declared using a var keyword. Dart automatically identifies their data types. The first one is a string, the second is an integer, the third one is a double, which represents a 64-bit or double precision floating point number, the fourth one is a list, and the fifth is a map. We can also further indicate how Dart treat our data using specific variable declaration keywords. The dynamic variable declaration also acts like var, where it automatically determines the type of the variable, but it is not restricted to a single type, which means you can change its value later, and its data type will change. If you never intend to change a variable, use final or const, either instead of var or in addition to a type. A final variable can be set only once, a const variable is a compile time constant. The example in our mobile editor shows how can we declare a dynamic type variable and reassign its value with another data type. Dart also supports multi-line strings as shown in our mobile editor. Oops. I forgot to print the result. There you go. Lists are another special data types in Dart. We can create a dynamically typed list by declaring it as var. We will have more lessons on advanced data types as soon as we start learning Flutter. If you are familiar with JavaScript, Dart lists look like JavaScript array literals. Let us have another example here in our mobile editor. Notice that this list contains multiple data types. To see the results, let's use a for loop using Dart. Oh. We have another error. I think I know what the problem is, I forgot to declare the data type for I. And it is now fixed. The next data type that we will be learning are maps. Map data types are further divided by two components, the key and the value, and they have also their own data types. Please direct your attention to our annotations to understand it better. Apologies, I forgot to erase the previous annotations. Anyway, let us continue. This is our key. And this is our value. This is how we relate the components of our map in the given example. The first variable, gift, shows a string key and string value. And the second variable shows an integer key and a string value. If you try to add the wrong type of value to either map, the analyzer or runtime raises an error. Okay, let us clear this editor again. Phew. That was a lot of work. Now to continue, Dart also supports control flow statements, and their syntax are also familiar. For loops can also have special declarations for making iterations as shown in our example. Let's try to create a usual for loop in our mobile editor. There you go. Very familiar, right? Furthermore, Dart also supports while loops. If you want to test control flow statements in Dart, you can pause this video and try the Fibonacci example on our slide to see how it works. Dart also supports reading input from the command line. Let's try on our mobile editor to see how it works. Remember that this can only be achieved if you import a Dart library for input and output operations via the command line. Okay. Our console app is now accepting input from the user. Next, we'll learn about Dart functions. Dart is a true object-oriented language, so even functions are objects and have a type, function. In this example, we have a function whose return type is Boolean, name is isNable, and has one input parameter, atomic number. The function will then only return true or false, depending on the value that is passed on the return statement condition. Let's try to create a simple function in our mobile editor. Alright. Our function is now working. Let's code another sample. This time, a function with parameters. Oh no. We have another error? What do you guess is the problem? Aha. Our parameters and variables do not match. Let's try to fix it. The app now compiles without an error. But we have a bug. It's not printing any value. This is not the result that we expect. Let's try to fix it. Awesome. You are now a Dart developer if you reached this part of the video. But wait, we still have two more important topics to discuss. Dart imports are another way on how we can further organize our code. We can divide our code to multiple parts depending on their functions and make our code more maintainable and easy to understand. Let's try this one in our mobile editor. Remember that Replit automatically saves our code in the cloud. Also, if we create a new file, which is very convenient for students who only have their mobile phones for learning. Let's import the external Dart file so we can use its contents. As you can see, I can now use the variables that were declared on our external Dart file. Very convenient, right? If you have questions, you may leave a comment below or post it in our Discord channel. We can also include functions and call them from another file. Great! We are now ready for the last topic. Dart classes are similar to other OOP languages. There are only slight difference in making constructors and class instancing. Let's go back again to our mobile editor and create a simple class. Next, let's declare a property named greeting, and then let's create our constructor. Then, we'll create a member function named sayHello. This function will only print a simple hello statement. Notice how I used the curly braces to include an expression. Finally, we can now use our class that we defined earlier. For Dart programming, when you instantiate a class, the usual new keyword is omitted. Alright. We now have an object that we can call, and we can now use its method, sayHello. But oops. We have another error. Let's try to fix it. Aha! It's you again. Let's add this missing semicolon and run our app. And another missing semicolon. Where is it? Found it. Okay, it seems everything is now in place. Let's run our code again. Congratulations! You have learned well, our young Padawan. To learn more about the language and how it can help you with our class, please visit this website or scan the QR code. Again, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask your teacher. And welcome to the Dart side, CA Citizen.